something for you, but keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on, here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay, we'll take it slow.
The 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Washington Wizards playing against the Denver Nuggets. Looking at Denver, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And coming down the home stretch here, Kenny, for the teams that have already locked up playoff spots, what's more important? Home court advantage or well-rested players?
Ooh, I would say well-rested players, because that helps the momentum and it helps you fine-tune some of the issues that you might have had before in the playoffs.
Well, younger teams, they really gain confidence from the home court. Sleeping in their beds, eating their foods, hanging with their girlfriends, wives, whatever. Veteran teams, I think they benefit from rest, especially on the back-to-backs.
Yep, that's about all the time we have. Tip-off approaches. We'll see you later.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. They beat the Nuggets during their last encounter in Denver.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, I thought the opponent's defense just never showed up.
I mean, you'd have to question their effort, Greg. They did a great job at penetrating and kicking out. The defense simply wasn't up to the task.
Tip-off goes to Denver. All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. Oh, look at that jam!
Get out of the way!
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And the Nuggets over the past few seasons have done a great job as an organization of collecting talent.
And with that steady approach, they've been able to develop a star with Jokic. The Nuggets took a very disciplined approach to building this team, and you can see the depth they enjoy, and it all starts with the job this front office has done.
Here's Satoransky. He's covered by Murray. Jokic grabs the miss. Washington on D. 4-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And offensively, that night, it seemed like anytime they took one step forward, they'd end up taking 2 steps back.
It didn't seem, Greg, like they ever got any rhythm on the offensive end. They were in a hurry to get their shots off. Really difficult to win that way.
And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Ouch, that's a wasted possession. Got to shake it off and forget it happened, guys.
For Denver, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Millsap, 1 up, 1 down, 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Morris. Porter against Chandler. Porter dishes to Morris. They grab their own miss, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Well, great lineage for Gortat. His father was an Olympic boxer. His mother played volleyball on the Polish national team.
And throughout his career, Doris, Marcin Gortat, a player who you can always consider a double-double threat.
Right, he's a pro's pro. Marcin Gortat knows every night, you're going to get great effort from me. I'm going to battle on the glass. I'm going to do all the dirty work inside.
Gentlemen, truth shots. Roof shots.
No good on that one.
We know this. Marcin Gortat has always been a very heady player. This is a guy who won't force shots. He's always looking to get a quality opportunity, and he's got great awareness on the floor.
And he ends up missing both free throws. And people rarely think about the mental aspect of playing off the ball in the post, but Gortat, Doris, is as strong as any in the NBA.
Well, Kevin, I think Marcin is so smart playing off the guys around him. He can face up and knock down a jumper from mid-range. He's an excellent cutter. There's a lot to like about his game.
Here's Satoransky, and right now he's averaging about 7 points a game. Pass to Morris, and Satoransky kicks to Porter. Millsap gets a hand on it.
And Millsap with great hands and the anticipation there to block the shot.
Murray, good.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
That's tipped. And then Murray with the jam.
And really focused on establishing dominance down low. And guys, it's working.
Oh, no doubt. I think they've controlled the paint. They've used their size and strength to get off any shot they want.
Here's Satoransky. Denver getting their last shot to go. Morris a screen. Kicks to Beal to stop the drought. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
There it is. After 4 straight misses, finally nail one.
Here's Millsap. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Millsap's got his second bucket of the night.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Porter with it. Now Chandler defending. Satoransky the pass to Porter. And Millsap snaps it in.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
I don't think you can ask for anything more, Greg. What a wonderful job establishing a lead early in this one.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
Well, I mean, he needs to talk to his guys. The interior defense has been horrific.
Absolutely no rim protection whatsoever. At this point, the other team is walking all over them on the inside.
Look at my watch and the way that I mind. Put you on God. I never complain. Hold it on my wrist. I make the move, we make it feel. Pull up in the list, why they always check me. I've been back with Griffin. I'm for a red Sean. Then you get numb. You ain't messing me, no. You ain't messing me, nothing. School that put me back up. I ain't got money, no discussion. I got what you need.
We always like to break down the league leaders at their respective positions, so check out this group of small forwards with the highest field goal percentages since All-Star. Wilson Chandler is third. Fourth, Otto Porter Jr.
And that is such an efficient group offensively. That really is the best way to describe them. I mean, they never force anything and always wait for the right shot.
You know, in addition to that patience and efficiency, they're each extremely talented natural scorers. They've got the kind of precise form all young players would do well to replicate.
And Satoransky kicks to Porter. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
But how about the athleticism of Otto Porter on full display there?
So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against the Bulls in Chicago.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
I think, Greg, everyone played their role so well, and I loved how aggressive the guys off the bench were in that one.
So it's Washington now, following the miss by Jokic. Gortat misses.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
And the shot goes in. 6 points for Will Barton.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And stolen by Murray. Here's Barton, and Barton throws it down.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
No, exactly right. You can't afford to get complacent, right? They have to stay hungry and humble if they want to keep this lead.
Beal's shot is good.
Now, this guy's deadly from the perimeter. Beal never hesitates.
Millsap dishes to Barton. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assist. Barton's got 10 points.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, really good awareness by the scorer. You're seeing an opening in the defense and exploiting it beautifully.
How on earth did they let him get that wide open?
Here's Jokic, and his third shot of the night, no good, 0 for 3. And our Hall of Famer David Aldridge had a chance to speak with Scott Brooks. David?
Well, Kevin, he talked about the importance of how tight-knit this group is. He said it's really starting to get to where they can read each other's minds out there. One guy can see another cutting without even looking up. It's a lot of fun to watch. They're hoping they can keep that fun up tonight. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. So if their coach is right, their success today will depend on how well they shoot the ball.
And they're going to have to work hard at the offensive end to make that happen. Strong player movement and ball movement will be key.
Well, exactly, because you can have the most dangerous shooters in the league, but if they're not sharing the basketball, it doesn't do you any good.
Here's Satoransky following the score by Jamal Murray. There's a screen by Gortat. Chandler comes with a double team. Just 3 to shoot. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris. And getting a perspective on the offensive tendencies here since the All-Star break, we've got a breakdown showing the average 3-point attempts versus 2-point shot attempts per game since the midway point of the season for Denver.
And they have been feasting from long range, shooting with volume and accuracy. It's been a good recipe for them offensively, and boy, it puts a lot of pressure on opposing defenses to try and cover all that space.
Here's Jokic. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Jokic has got his first bucket in this one. Hey, Doris, with all the switching on defense, it seems like everyone has to be able to guard both inside and on the perimeter. Do you see us becoming even more of a positionless league?
You know, this is a fascinating aspect to me because you focus on a player like Draymond Green, who coming out of Michigan State was considered a tweener, somebody who was neither a guard nor a forward and didn't have the requisite skill set to be effective in the NBA. But there is true value to players, be it at the small forward, the power forward, or the center position. Because the league is such a heavy pick and roll, because the floor is so spread, Kevin, the guys who have the kind of lateral mobility and the basketball IQ to switch onto smaller players and stay in front and contest shots, they're crucial. For right now, this is the trend, and I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon.
Start it.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you can't let this kind of run continue. Really need to go back to the basics.
No, exactly. I think it's impossible to let this momentum continue. Let's see what they can come up with in the timeout.
Take a look at Wilson Chandler. Some stats on him. Really been a key contributor over the past month. Averaging 15 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
And guys, got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
So it's Washington now after the Nuggets pick up 2.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Bradley Beal. Since the All-Star break, he has been superb. 15th in assists, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And he really is the consummate playmaker, always keeping his head on a swivel, searching for the open man, completely unselfish basketball player. Mike Scott's checked in for Washington. Frazier comes in for Satoransky, and then for Denver. Trey Lyles comes in for Paul Millsap, and Devin Harris is subbed in for Barton. Oubre is checked in for Otto Porter Jr., and Denver also making a switch. Plumlee's checked in, passes it to Lyles over Scott. That's short off the rim.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Outside, Beal. Can they get it? First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Listen, Beal could have taken that shot, but the court vision's so good that he sees a chance to get his guy a better look.
And that one drops for him.
Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
Frazier kicks to Beal, to the wing on the left. Chandler comes with the double team, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Devin Harris. That is his first foul of the game. Miami's checked in for Washington, and Denver also making a switch. Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Jamal Murray. Frazier outside. They set the pick.
Boy, picks up that second foul very early in this game. He's going to have to tread lightly for the rest of this half.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
2 shots. Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Frazier. And Frazier drops them both. Of course, you've talked a bit about leadership, both on and off the floor. What are some of the traits, in your opinion, that make someone a person who would want to follow and the characteristics of a leader?
You know, I'd say someone who prioritizes winning, even at the expense of their own success. That would be the first thing. And then someone who's ultra competitive, somebody who's available on a night-by-night basis, somebody who doesn't let a little nick or a bruise impact their availability on a particular night. So unselfishness, competitiveness, and availability are three attributes that I love.
And leaders can be followers from time to time, too, don't you think?
Oh, there's no question about it. You have to be willing to be a part of a group, and sometimes that means ceding your leadership position.
Clock at 6. Drains the three-pointer. Frazier's got 5 now. Here's Harris. 14 points from him the last game against the Bulls in Chicago. Ball's knocked loose. Wizards trail by 15. Beal gets a wide-open look. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
Boy, with that much space around him, maybe he's better off attacking the basket than settling for the jumper.
Shot's good by Lyles.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Now here's Frazier. He has 5. Harris inside. Frazier covering. And the basket by Harris.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Frazier kicks to Scott. Beasley against Beal. They double team Beal to the middle, trying to find Frazier, and he's got it now. No good. Plumlee with some nice D. The Nuggets leading by 19. Beasley inside. He's covered by Beal. The shot's good from Plumlee.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And Washington has possession. Frazier kicks to Scott. They double team Beal. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. A chance to check out the shooting guards across the NBA that have averaged the highest number of assists over the last month. Bradley Beal is second.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, it almost seems like they're more like hybrid guards. They can create opportunities for their teammates or handle the scoring duties themselves. Either way, they're valuable to have around.
Here is Frazier following the basket by Mason Plumlee. Outside, Beal. Outside, Scott looking to end the run, and he's good on the 3-ball. Scott's got 6 points.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Chandler and Wilson Chandler with the slam.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Well, I think they're getting quality shots, and it's thanks to how aggressive they have been in this half.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Plumlee's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. The Wizards shooting to start this game off about 41% from the floor. Out to the right wing. Oubre, no one around him. Off target from outside. Chandler with the ball. Now Beal defending. Chandler's shot, good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here's Scott. He's got 6. Feeds to Frazier. Harris on the double team. 6 to shoot. That's tipped. Chandler with the steal. For the finish, and Wilson Chandler with the slam.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for them.
You know, I think, Greg, the faster the tempo, the better they are. And I love the pace they're playing with right now.
And there's the call on Chandler. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Wizards have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, listen, we know the heart of this Wizards team is the backcourt of John Wall and Bradley Beal. They are the engine that gets this team going, and both serve as great leaders as well.
Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Frazier drops them both. And Doris with Wall and Beal, the Wizards leaders. Most would argue that they are the best backcourt right now in the Eastern Conference.
Well, there is a tandem in Toronto that might argue that supposition. But to me, Bradley Beal and John Wall are absolutely one of the elite backcourts in the NBA. Both guys are efficient scoring. Both can create off the dribble. And it's hard to overstate how much they mean to this team.
"15 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Oubre. They get it back. Here's Mahimi. Chandler with the defensive effort.
Boy, that's exactly how you have to play defense when he's driving the lane. You cannot give him any space.
Exceptional play across the board. I love their tenacity, just piling it on at this point.
You know, and the beauty is it hasn't just been offense, right? It's been the defensive end as well. They're firing on all cylinders right now.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more in store for you right after this. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hands. She's the one who taught me my form, my follow through, and still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
To be sure. I'm just not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking once she beats them in a game of horse.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for the Nuggets, this has been the game they wanted to have.
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, you really like the activity on the defensive end. Outstanding jumping into passing lanes and coming up with steals.
We've got Oubre, Jody Meeks out there with Frazier. Then there's Ian Mahimi. And it's Scott in at the 4 spot. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Doris, we're always talking about players developing their skill sets. What do you think is the hardest skill to develop as a broadcaster?
I think for me, the hardest skill to learn was to learn how to relax, to have fun, to not be anything but your most authentic self, because I think the viewer picks up on it if you're forcing things, if you're trying to be another broadcaster that perhaps you like to emulate. So I'd say that was the hardest thing.
I always say broadcasting a basketball game is like a running conversation between two people, because there's so much scoring, and the rhythm and the flow of the game just lend itself to that.
At its best, you're 100% correct.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Meeks on the wing, covered by Beasley. Mahimi against Plumlee. 6 on the shot clock. Count it. Good. Meeks got his first 2 points.
How about Jan Mahimi with a good pass? Not a guy you typically run the offense through, but his feel for the game has really grown.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Frazier kicks to Meeks. Outside, Scott. Tipped away. Chandler right side. And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play. Yeah, I think it's interesting. When you talk about being consistent, Jan Mahimi is a great example. This guy's a solid center who will defend and board for you. So important.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And Doris Mahimi is not a flashy player by any means.
Right. Jan is a guy who doesn't need to play with flash in order to impact a game. He does a terrific job filling up space on the offensive end when teams collapse off him. And this guy's got a great career field goal percentage because he takes only the shots he knows he can make.
And he's good on the second.
I'll tell you, the big man from France, Jan Mahimi, had to fight through a number of injuries to get to this point, but he's the kind of battler every team is looking for.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And Satoransky kicks to Porter. Dishes it to Meeks. Wizards passing it around. And there's the feed to Porter. And another miss by Washington.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And how about a look now at the top rebounding small forwards in the NBA during the past month? 5th, Otto Porter Jr.
You know, the work they do on the boards is such a big part of all these players' game. I mean, they play much bigger than the grand majority of small forwards in our league.
Yeah, this is a very physical group of players, and all with a great nose for the ball. They don't shy away from getting down low and pounding the boards with the big guys. In fact, they just thrive on it.
Free throw, good, Beasley.
And last season, I think we saw just what could be a preview of what the Washington Wizards can be moving forward, right? They return to the second round of the playoffs. They have a clear core and strength to build around for the future.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Gortat's checked in for Mahimi, and Morris subbed in for Mike Scott. And Beasley drops both of them. And Doris, as you mentioned, it had been a roller coaster of season finishes for the Wizards over the last few years. Now they know exactly where they stand.
You know, Kevin, I think equally important, they know the destination they want to get to. John Wall has shown he is an elite talent in the NBA who can carry them in a postseason series. And I think as long as Wall is there, this team has an opportunity to contend in the East.
Baseline try. Here's Millsap. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And Satoransky kicks to Gortat. And a wide open look for Porter. Buries the long-range jumper. Porter's got 8 points.
What a terrific looking shot by Porter. You can't leave him alone out there.
And that one is good by Beasley.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Here's Satoransky. He's covered by Murray. Beasley comes with the double team. On the wing, Porter. Morris with the screen for Porter. And the pass to Satoransky. 5 to shoot. And again, Washington with the triple.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Gortat with the steal. Here's Satoransky. Poked away. And now Millsap pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. There's Here's the dish to Gortat, and stolen by Barton. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Murray. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. 10 points for Jamal Murray.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Satoransky, the pass to Gortat. He kicks it to Meeks. Here's Satoransky. Barton defending. Here's Gortat. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
And again, Paul Millsap. 12 points for him.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Got a piece of it. He dishes it to Beasley. Trying to find Jokic, gets it to him. Washington with the rebound. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Plumlee.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Jokic against Gortat. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Murray. Jokic has got 8 points.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you've got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Well executed, and then you love the strong finish.
Yes, you love that they're not settling for anything outside the paint. Excellent work getting right to the tin.
Beasley with the steal. Murray, good.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Here's Satoransky. He feeds it to Meeks. Outside, Porter. And again, Washington, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And he comes up with the deuce.
He has not missed a shot in this quarter. They've tried running different things at him, but he's been unstoppable.
Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
Hey, we're not seeing the best quarter by this guy, and he's lost his feel a little bit.
They get the rebound, and that one's good. Jokic.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
You know, I think he senses a team on the ropes, and he's looking to put them away. That killer instinct is shining through once again.
And they just tried everything to stem the tide here, but nothing seems to work.
Greg, I think this other team is just in a zone right now. They're clicking on the offensive end, and the defense starting to look frustrated.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Poked away. And Satoransky kicks to Gortat. Pass to Porter. They double him with Jokic. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Satoransky. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
And taking a look here at the numbers for Otto Porter. He's been on a tear since the All-Star break, going really to another level. 6th in three-point field goal percentage. And he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And back to his efficiency from 3, as you said, he's top 10 in the league. Defenses are now trying to deny him the basketball, but really to no avail. And Satoransky kicks to Porter. Beasley with the steal. And here's the fast break. Millsap leading the way. Barton, no luck. For Washington, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Meeks, good.
So the basketball IQ on display for Otto Porter makes the right read there.
Here's Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
And you just got to love the way he moves the ball. Very
unselfish.
I'd say he's looking to set up his guys as much as possible, and you can tell his teammates really appreciate it.
Beasley comes with the double team. Beasley with the steal. Up the floor. And there's Murray on the assist by Jokic. Jokic has got his 4th assist in this one.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Here's Satoransky. He's covered by Murray. Poked loose. And now the Nuggets, fast break. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that, to me, makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Barton. And to back up the point with Barton in his chaotic play style, he knows exactly what he's about. Famously saying, Greg, I'm so creative most of the time, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And, that might sound glib, but it is just how Barton plays. I mean, a fantastic competitor who just does what it takes to win. He gives you a little bit of everything out on the floor. Yeah, a nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Gortat dishes to Frazier. Back to Gortat. That one dropped for his 2nd bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
What a difference in the 2nd quarter. His shooting, much more confidence, much more accuracy.
Millsap, that's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Jokic has got 5 assists in the game. Wizards have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the 2nd. Here's Morris. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
Just a really good finisher inside. Morris showing aggressiveness at the point of attack.
Millsap misses. Wizards have gone 8 of 14 in the 2nd quarter on field goal attempts. Offensive rebound. Outside, Beal. They double-team Beal. Puts up a 3. And a shot by Frazier, no good.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the 2nd.
Snatched up. And that one's good, Jokic. Jokic has got 8 points here in this quarter.
And, Kevin, they've dialed up their activity this quarter. We're seeing them convert a lot of those second-chance opportunities.
And pushing it up, here's Denver. Millsap's running. Gortat with the block.
Well, providing stout rim protection, Gortat is a 2-way player. Boy, this guy has been transcendent this quarter. Something really lit a fire underneath this guy.
Here's Oubre. No good from outside. Nuggets shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. And it's slammed in by Millsap.
And it seems like he's found a rhythm. Millsap connecting time and time again.
1:24 left in the first half. Frazier outside. Pass to Oubre. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Chandler.
Listen, Kelly Oubre comes out of Kansas a little bit as a project. He had unbelievable speed and athleticism and had to impact the game defensively. But he is really starting to expand his role on the offensive end.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And Doris, for Kelly Oubre, you can see the athleticism he has.
No doubt. I mean, the speed is always on display, whether he's on the interior, trying to get out in transition, trying to blow by a defender. Once the finishing catches up, this guy's going to be a nightmare to defend.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Mahimi comes in for Gortat. And it's Scott in for Morris. Second free throw, no good.
Now remember, he grew up in New Orleans, but Kelly Oubre had to move to Texas after Hurricane Katrina. Some tough times that he said put a little bit of a chip on his shoulder to this day.
Such a wide open look. And it's 9 points for Bradley Beal.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Chandler, no good.
Jeez, maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
Whatever he was trying to do, that's not his best look. He can get a better one.
Here's Harris. He has 6. Here's Plumlee. Kept alive. Chandler. And he uses the glass on the layup. Chandler's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Here's Scott. And again, Washington with the triple.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
For 3, Harris gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harris has got 9.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first half. And stolen by Scott. Outside, Beal. 2 on the clock. Got it up. Paul Millsap has been leading the charge for the Denver Nuggets. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Mike Malone. How has ball movement opened up things for you offensively?
Every game we have where we get into a one-on-one game, over-dribbling, not passing, we become very easy to guard. The good thing about tonight is the ball is moving. We're trying to make plays for each other. When we move the ball, we get high percentage shots, which is all we can ask for.
Thanks very much for your time, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. There was no stopping Paul Millsap in the first half. He had 18 points, 4 steals, and 2 rebounds. Kenny, your thoughts on the Nuggets' first half?
Paul Millsap's versatility. I thought that was the difference in the first half. Kind of a self-made all-star who's added skills throughout his career. Now he can score inside and out, and he's an excellent help defender.
And over to Shaq, your take on the Wizards.
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
The dome of the U.S. Capitol building looking absolutely grand as we make our return to Washington, D.C. And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, anything can happen. Paul Millsap has been exceptional here, guys.
Oh, well, they've done a good job of letting the game come to them and really few forced shots here so far.
I think, Greg, we're seeing a couple things. Terrific play calling, unselfish nature, and quality shooting. That makes for good offense.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. So on the floor for Denver. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Murray out there with Will Barton, and it's Chandler in at the small forward. And Markieff Morris, a power forward who gives you a different look and a little bit of everything, Doris.
Well, what I love about Keith, he isn't going to back down on the block, and he's able to score in a number of different ways. Got a great nose for the basket, collected when finishing at the rim. This guy adds so much value.
shot.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, you look at Markieff Morris, and you see a player, Greg, who is finally meeting his potential.
And you know what? Give credit to Morris because he's fallen in line with the team and the staff here. I think he's always had the talent to be an impact player. It just took a structured situation for him to really flourish, and I think he's found a home here in Washington.
And Morris drops them both.
What a story for Markieff Morris, taking exactly one pick before his twin brother Marcus back in 2011.
Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. Number 5, the Nuggets.
They have been aggressive underneath. I mean, they're playing with a physicality that you don't often see, and it's led to a lot of second chance points.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Here's Satoransky. Outside, Porter lets it go with a 3. Nailed from three-point land. Porter's got 11.
You can see Porter's confidence building steadily. The catch-and-shoot jumper becoming a real weapon.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
For Denver, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. Washington shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
Denver shooting has been out of this world, 74% from the field. Here's Murray. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. He's got 16.
Even when the D is breathing down his neck, Murray gets it done. Just an amazing shooter with an impressive stroke.
Kicks to Beal. Morris with a screen on Barton. Beal drives in. Morris with the bucket.
Well, Mouse in the house. He recognizes the size advantage and goes right to the rim. Good aggressive play.
And good that time. And that's 13 points for Wilson Chandler.
Boy, nice team basketball being played right there. You see the open man and you deliver the ball right away.
To the paint, here's Morris. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
Murray, no good. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Satoransky, and again, Washington with the triple.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Millsap misses. Wizards have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Morris. And Morris throws it down.
Now, this is an athletic power forward, and Morris outquicks the defense to the rim.
And Wilson Chandler with the slam.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. There's a screen by Gortat. Porter outside. No good that time. And the Nuggets going the other way. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That'll be game 5 of 7 on the road. He gets it in there.
And the precise passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the floor.
And Satoransky kicks to Porter. Will not go. This is off the front iron. For Denver, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. And that one's good. Millsap.
What a great shooting performance. His percentage is outstanding.
Washington's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Millsap with the steal. And Millsap steals it in.
Keeping the pressure on and starting to pad this lead around the halfway point.
Yeah, seems like they're starting to pull away a bit right now. They just look a little faster and a little hungrier than the opposition right now.
Satoransky the pass to Porter. Here's Satoransky. 6 points for him. 2 on the clock. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's his 4th foul of the contest. Here's Denver now. They've got an 8-0 run. Gortat with the steal. Porter with it. Now guarded by Murray. Passes it to Gortat. Back to Porter. The Wizards working the ball around now. Morris with the bucket.
You know, since halftime, he's finally started to shoot with confidence.
Chandler kicks to Jokic. Goes back up. In deep, Millsap drops it in. Millsap's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Feeds to Beal. Morris with the screen for Beal. And stolen by Barton. Here's Chandler, and Wilson Chandler with the slam.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Porter, no luck.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Count it.
And really the story of the half, one team shooting it lights out, the other, the lights are just out.
Yeah, that's right. You said it. They don't find a way to switch it back on. They're in trouble.
The Nuggets have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
One shot, gentlemen.
Throw good, Wilson Chandler. Doors for you in evaluating how good a player was over his career. You can look at analytics, statistics, whatever avenue you want to take. How important are the rings, the championships in that equation for you?
You know, I know there is some conversation that's saying if you don't have a ring, your career wasn't great. I would say this to you. Karl Malone and John Stockton are in no way diminished in terms of their Hall of Fame credentials simply because they lacked a ring. Sometimes it's the era within which you're operating. Michael Jordan was the greatest player of his generation. Some would say the greatest player of all time. I would say that Karl Malone and John Stockton, unfortunately, were at their peak, in the peak of maybe the greatest player, Michael Jordan. So in no way is someone like Patrick Ewing diminished in terms of his stature and greatness simply because the Knicks were never able to break through. I don't buy that argument.
You frame that so well.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Morris, no good on the free throw. The Nuggets on offense. They're on a 15-6 run. The Nuggets with another miss.
Now that's where they want to go with the ball. They can tolerate a few misses as long as he gets his touches inside.
It's Porter outside. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
He's hit 4 now from behind the arc, 2 in each half, making an impact. Guys, there's no doubt last year was a breakout year for Otto Porter. I mean, he set career highs almost across the board. Points, rebounds, and so on. This guy went from being a role player to a major part of the offense.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots, misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Here's Satoransky, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. And for Porter and Doris, you've always said that he always had the tools.
No doubt. I mean, with Porter's size and ability to shoot the basketball, I think he's going to be a player who has a long career. Is it a complimentary role? Probably. But because he can catch and shoot, there's always value.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one at the line is good. Washington making some changes. Scotty's checked in for Gortat. And it's Jody Meeks in for Beal. The Nuggets also changing it up. Plumlee, he's checked in for Jokic. Trey Lyles comes in for Paul Millsap. And Devin Harris subbed in for Murray. Both shots good from the stripe.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Boy, he did everything right till he got to the rim. He needs to finish that.
Porter, no luck.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
The Nuggets have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Shooting 2.
He misses the free throw.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
Malik Beasley, he's checked in for Will Barton. And the second free throw, good. For Washington, they've gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Satoransky, the pass to Morris. Over Plumlee. The Wizards with another miss. The Nuggets shooting almost 60% from the field here in the third. They are really feeling it. Here's Beasley. It's deflected, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession. So for the Wizards, Mahimi comes in for Markieff Morris. And Tim Frazier subbed in for Satoransky. That'll be a 5-second call. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Chandler.
And what a big-time game we've seen from him. He's been the one looking to create and get a shot each trip down the floor. Every time a shot falls, his confidence just grows and grows. Just an all-around tremendous offensive showing.
Washington's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Frazier dishes to Mahimi, and it's Mahimi finishing it off.
That's how it's done, my man. Jan Mahimi attacks the rim. No one gets in his way.
Here's Plumlee, an easy 2 points on the layup. Plumlee's got 16.
Really good work in the painted area. You need to have the inside game working like that.
And Meeks kicks to Frazier. Doubled by Plumlee. Back to Frazier. And it's Mason Plumlee with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And Washington making a change here. Oubre is checked in. Doubled by Plumlee. Dishes it to Scott. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. He's got 12.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Basket counts.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Doubled by Plumlee. Frazier kicks to Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
This guy's a super quick leaper. Oubre doesn't need much time to get off the floor.
And it's slammed in by Plumlee.
Check out that assist. You can tell a player who's seeing the whole floor very well.
Washington shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. And Meeks kicks to Frazier. To the inside, Mahimi. Excellent D there from Beasley. The Nuggets shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively.
Yeah, sprinting end to end, but under control. That's the key.
No, exactly right, Greg. You can't go too fast. He pulled that off in brilliant fashion.
Shooting for Washington, Mike Scott. 2 shots.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And he makes the first. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And here's Denver to the middle. Meeks with the steal. Uncovered. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Beasley right side. Misses off the right iron. Washington's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Frazier kicks to Scott. In the corner, it's Oubre. Here's Mahimi. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. It's good. And that's now 24 points for Mason Plumlee.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high-percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Frazier kicks to Mahimi. Rebounded by Devin Harris. No good from Beasley. Washington shooting an outstanding 55% from the field since the half. You know, their execution has been on point. Offensive rebound. Mahimi's shot is good. Mahimi's got 7 points.
And so far going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot. And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
The Wizards shooting 47%, pretty solid. Frazier kicks to Oubre. Outside, Scott over to the left wing. Now the feed to Meeks. Offline with his 3. And Chandler, here we go. And good coming on the assist from Devin Harris.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
There's 1:40 left in the third quarter. To the left side wing. Oubre. Another shot. The shot by Mahimi, no good.
Yeah, affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint.
Here's Frazier. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 12.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
Oubre with it. He's got 5. Outside, Scott. A 3-ball. Beasley with the rebound. The Nuggets shooting almost 60% from the field here in the third. They are really feeling it. Chandler, no good. 46 seconds left to play here in the third. It's stolen. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. And it's Beasley finishing it off.
Costly there. Just a loss of focus leads to the ball going the other way.
Well, he simply wasn't paying attention. Coughed it up. Got to be more assertive and strong with the basketball.
Frazier outside. The floater. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Washington with the rebound. And here's Meeks. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game over Beasley. And again, Washington, no good. And so it's Denver with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Frazier is out there with Ramon Sessions. Then there's Oubre. Then it's Mike Scott. And it's Mahimi in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Wizards shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Frazier kicks to Oubre. And there's the pass to Frazier. Here's Scott. Good. Great play set up by Frazier.
Guys, listen, the defense was totally invisible on that three-point attempt. Nobody even in his zip code.
And yes, it's good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Doris, we've seen a number of aging players really change their bodies through better nutrition and improved fitness conditioning. Do you think we'll see more guys even extending it further, playing into their 40s in the NBA?
Well, how great would it be to see LeBron James play into his 40s? You look at a guy in the NFL, a much more physically demanding game in terms just of the hitting that's done in the game. Tom Brady approaching his 40th year, incredible. And LeBron James would be the player I point to. There's a guy 6'8", 200 and whatever he is, probably 65 pounds, who every single day puts time into the process of keeping his body healthy. It's great. His greatness has been sustained, but he pays a price to get there, Kevin.
And Doris, you can change your body and you can change your game too as you grow old.
That's a great point. Think about how much of a low post scorer Kobe Bryant became later on in his career, because the elevation, his ability to elevate, so different.
Great example.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Fantastic anticipation. Then he shows major explosiveness converting at the other end.
Ball's knocked loose, and Sessions kicks to Mahimi. Here's Fareed, and Fareed throws it down.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine, Kev.
And Fareed comes to help. And Sessions kicks to Scott. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Fareed. And now Fareed running the floor all by himself.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Frazier kicks to Sessions. Back to Frazier. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And Jefferson throws it down.
You can see Jefferson still has a bit of burst, and you have to respect his ability to use the bounce.
And Sessions kicks to Scott. Harris on the double team. There's the dish to Sessions. Here's Frazier. Another miss by Frazier. Hernan Gomez passes to Jefferson. Shoots over Oubre. Jefferson's shot is off. Washington's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Now here's Oubre, defended by Jefferson. Frazier kicks to Scott. Off target from 3-point range.
Boy, all sorts of space around him. If he can't hit those, the defense not going to worry too much about him.
It's good.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Craig. He drains the quick shot.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
For Washington, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Out to the wing. The Wizards working the ball around now. Scott kicks to Frazier. Shot clock at 5. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. Here's Mahinmi. Some solid defense from Fareed.
And it's not easy to get those stops at the rim, but he does a great job with it.
Yeah, he can make it look simple on the interior when it's really not. He knew exactly how to guard on the inside.
Outside, Scott. And another miss by Washington. Denver with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Shot to stop the drought. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Good. And 11 points for Devin Harris.
I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
And Sessions kicks to Frazier. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
Boy, that is about as low a percentage shot as I've ever seen. I guess this guy likes a challenge.
The Wizards have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. And Sessions kicks to Mahinmi. Back to Sessions. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Got that one up quick.
How about that, Kevin? Fearless on that drive. Takes the hit. Richard Jefferson powers through it.
Frazier kicks to Oubre. Now here's Sessions. Outside, Scott. Frazier outside. Here's Oubre. Good on the triple. Oubre's got 6 points in the quarter.
Boy, after an up-and-down first half, he's finally gotten a flow. These are the right shots for him.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Fareed.
Well, just loses his head for a moment. That's not overthinking. That's just not thinking.
Chris McCullough, he's checked in for Washington. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Oubre. And Denver with a change here, too. Murray's checked in for Harris. And the Wizards with possession. McCullough kicks to Sessions. Frazier outside. Pass to McCullough. Outside Porter. He dishes it to Frazier. Pass to McCullough. He kicks it to Sessions. 6 to shoot. Here's Frazier. They get it again. Tries a 3. Another miss by Frazier. Hernangomez passes to Jefferson. Baseline jumper. That's good on the jump shot.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Kicks it to Porter. Beyond the arc. Frazier dishes to Mahimi. Over for Reed. Mahimi's shot is good.
Wow, I'll tell you, Jan Mahimi has really learned how to play off the more natural and gifted scorers on his team. That's a pretty looking shot right there.
It's good. 10 points for Kenneth Faried.
Woo, with a player this hot, I don't see their lead going anywhere.
Frazier kicks to Sessions. Porter outside. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions. Sessions has got 3 assists now in this one. And it's slammed in by Faried.
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. The Wizards shooting at 42% in this final quarter. Frazier kicks to McCullough. Frazier outside. Pass to Mahimi. It's stolen by Hernangomez. Oh, and here comes Faried all alone.
Causing turnovers really gives you an advantage.
Well, it makes things easier for sure, Greg. Their activity on the defensive end is what caused that steal.
Frazier kicks to Porter. Frazier outside. From beyond the arc. Rebound by the Nuggets.
He needs to stop shooting the ball right now. This is hurting his team.
He gets it in there. Faried's got 16 points here in the second half.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Frazier kicks to Sessions. To the inside. Mahimi. And it's Mahimi finishing it off.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
And it's slammed in by Faried.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
The Wizards shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Frazier kicks to McCullough. They set the pick. It's Porter outside. Rebound by Murray. The Nuggets shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Here's Faried. Tries again, and he lays it up and in. Faried's got 20.
And, you know, I think they need to send more bodies to the boards at the offensive end. They had a good thing going there in that first half.
Obviously, the closer to the basket, the better for Mahimi. He's all about high percentage finishes.
Here's Jefferson. Here's Hernangomez. And there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
Oh, easy put back. No one got a body on it.
Boy, I'll tell you, Greg, that's just inexcusable. All they had to do was box him out. You learn a lesson the hard way in that instance.
Here's McCullough. Faried defending. McCullough, no good. And here's Denver. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Jefferson's shot is off. Jefferson against Porter. He feeds it to Mahimi. Sessions passes to Frazier. Porter outside. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
And you can see where they're attacking here in the fourth, strictly from the perimeter.
Well, they've got the green light to pull the trigger from 3, and I'll tell you, they put it to good use here.
And Sessions kicks to Frazier. Feeds it to Sessions. Dishes it to Mahimi. Wizards passing it around. Here's Frazier. Misses the 3.
Well, another 10-cup moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember.
The Wizards shooting at 42% in this final quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nuggets.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And for the year now, they'll ramp up their win total to an even 40.
Important. With this win, they split the season series at a game apiece and also avoid the sweep, and that has to be a relief.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jamal Murray.
Boy, I love the priority he placed on his passing tonight. It inspired great player movement, great ball movement. It seemed to me they knew they were going to get an easy bucket on every possession.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're leading. We've got 33 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Jamal Murray.
And he's been the man running the show for them, and boy, has he done a great job. He's up in the double digits in assists, and more than a few of those have been of the spectacular variety. For them to be successful, his passing has to be a key component, and tonight it was on display.
Well, he needed a game like this badly. He's been struggling for a while now, but tonight he broke out of that slump in style. Washington making some changes. Scotty's checked in for Chris McCullough. Kelly Oubre comes in for Porter. And it's Jody Meeks in for Sessions. Mason Plumlee's checked in for the Nuggets. Malik Beasley comes in for Richard Jefferson.
Running up the score, showing no mercy.
At this point, they're completely overwhelming them. The opposition looks totally defeated.
The shot by Mahinmi, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Oh! You got to be kidding.
I'll tell you, when you're the visiting team, it can be hard to maintain focus, but not tonight.
No, I think that they've been locked in during this game. They didn't let the opposing crowd get to them at all. This has been pure domination.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Mason, your game has expanded some, and what has that process been like?
You know, you just learn something new every game. You have to study your opponent and see what's going to be open, but some of the constants have to be rebounding, defense, bringing energy, and that's always going to get you a little bit.
Well, you had the whole package tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.